lifetime, hard to say. They were surveying people about what route they wanted it to take. To go down to City Hall to pick up a fob to be able to lock the bike up. Or would they have a sign that said rail trail straight ahead when the rail trail is over here? But anyway, the guy at City Hall said, because I asked him about getting a bike lane on Camino Real, and he said any improvements to the bike infrastructure in Oceanside only happen if they're able to get a federal grant. So this bridge is for the Sprinter. I guess that was the only way to get it over all these intersections. Good. People in that turn lane are often not looking for bicyclists. This is not the line the Sprinter goes on. There's a lot of industrial businesses here, so I guess the occasional train has to come through. Oh my goodness. They removed my favorite tree stump. about a story tall. Where are the elves gonna live? Can adversely affect the price of cookies around here. Huh. I was hoping more of these would be blooming. These were the flowers I was hoping for. But it's late June, maybe that time has ended. Noisy bridge. Sometimes you ride across them and look in the rearview mirror to see if all the pieces of wood are just popping up, which of course they never are. Wow. I don't know if it comes through on the video, but that was like riding through a snowstorm of pink flower leaves. I believe this umbrella also gets satellite signals. I used to have one of those big giant satellite dishes. The house we bought in Atlanta had one. Guy came by. I want to say $800, but I forget. But there was some amount of money we paid him, which we would be able to get everything. everything meant everything except for pay-per-view fights, which had their own system. But like they would broadcast The Simpsons to the Fox affiliates on, I don't know, 2 or 3 days before it aired, and without commercials, so we could watch that. My favorite was the raw feeds from news channels where it was just the shot of the anchor people reading stuff, but then when they cut away, the camera just stayed on the anchor people. It was interesting to see their whole demeanor change the second they were not on camera anymore. Having pretty good luck with these lights. I shouldn't say anything, but the best luck you can get is when there's a sprinter going in the same direction, because then all the gates come down to stop the traffic, and we're going right next to the train tracks, so it blocks the traffic that's in my way but lets me proceed. I'm surprised we have not encountered more trains. There should be one every 15 minutes. Going one direction or another. Tell by the trees it's pretty windy up here today, which is fine. So I think this is the main Palomar College when I do that ride. Where I go up to Rainbow. Up on that Horse Ranch Creek Road, there's I think a little satellite campus that just offers a handful of degrees up there. There's probably another one somewhere. It's nice not only will I not have to stop at a ton of red lights, but I'm not going to have to spend time editing. sure what kind of commercial real estate you're going to put back here. It's not really next to a road. I could see housing. But you can always just build a road probably from that side road back there. So this is where we would turn off to do this little spur up into the hills of San Marcos. But once again, this is not really a ride I need to pad out. There's a train. Thank you.